Welcome everyone to Tuesdays with Suzanne. Today we're going to be speaking about the topic of seeing through the smoke. It's an apt topic in the world today because of all the different pieces that are going on around us. And yet, whether we're talking about war and bombing and hiding and staying alive, or whether we're talking about the process of having something going on in your life, perhaps something that's been going on for a long time, that is becoming clear and apparent that isn't working. It's almost like smoke, like there's a smoke screen in your world of something that keeps you from actually being able to honestly, authentically see what is happening. So, either end of this spectrum, there's a very clear path home to who we are embodied in order to be able to move forward with creativity and power, safety, and clarity. This is something that all of us, I think, agree that we'd like to have. To be able to move forward through the smoke, to be able to see clearly, to think creatively, to stay in our power, and to move on through what's happening so that we can come out the other side in a way that has more clarity, that has more strength, centeredness, and grounding. Okay? So this morning I'm going to be talking about two particular areas within ourselves, two wisdom areas that are, shall I say, pivotal in working with seeing through the smoke, the fog, the haze, the distractions, the danger, sometimes smoke can be drama in your world. Sometimes smoke can be actually life-threatening danger. Definitely needs to be paid attention to, but you don't want to collapse in the smoke because you may not survive if you do. So, once again, we're going to come back to the two wisdom areas, and those wisdom areas are being able to drop into your gut in any given moment, and being able to rest back, to inhabit, to be within the temple of your bones in order to see clearly what's happening. Okay? So the gut is in order to be able to assess real and present danger or lack thereof, or let's say you're having a conversation with someone and they are trying to convince you of something that isn't real. You'll feel in your gut that something isn't real when you're speaking with them. Now, by the way, this can be someone you're speaking with that truly believes what they're saying is real. Or it can be someone who is consciously telling you a falsehood in order to get their way in one way or another. Or it can be someone who has a defense structure up, and they know they have the defense structure, but they're not really seeing any other way to do it. But in any of those cases, if you're deeply embodied in your gut, you'll have a sense of something being off when you're having that conversation. You also will be able to feel when you're moving in a direction that's actually life-giving and life-enhancing and creative. So our gut in each present moment gives us a clear and present danger, and it also gives us a sense of clear and present path home, the way to go. It does require that you rest or reside in your gut on a moment-to-moment basis. Okay? So let's do that. We're going to begin today by doing what I call the short energizing breath, where we'll drop deep inside, sink all the way to the earth, take 5 breaths, and fill all the way to the crown of our heads. And then we'll drop into these two wisdom areas that are so vital to being able to see through the smoke or the fog of war, whatever that war is in your world. Okay? So feet on the floor, soles of your feet on the floor, allowing yourself to close your eyes, drop inside, inviting your curiosity as you sink inside. So that you're curious about the sensation of the air moving in and out through your nostrils, down into your chest, down into your belly, and then the sensation of exhaling. being curious about how your spine feels this morning, resting back on whatever is supporting you at the moment. My spine this morning feels solid and strong. That's a good thing. Notice what your spine feels like. We're not trying to change anything, just taking that baseline. As we travel down, noticing how your sitting bones feel on whatever's supporting your tush right now. And how are your legs? What's the sensation of your legs? All the way down into your knees, down into the earth. What are you noticing? The soles of your feet resting on the ground. Good. Good. And then allowing your awareness, your attention, and setting an intention to drop down into the earth with your awareness. As though you were putting down roots or light beams or rivers, whatever way you can connect with this safe, unconditional resource. Yeah. Good. Good. And letting that connection go as deeply and widely as you feel comfortable doing this morning. And if you've been doing this a long time, know that there are many other people on the planet doing this with us, grounding into this safe, nurturing, unconditional resource that's with us throughout our lives. And that as you connect with the earth beneath you, you can feel the aliveness. You can feel the other people on the planet, perhaps, that are also grounding and finding their rooting, finding their way to connect to a resource that can keep them full, cognizant of what's happening, creative, alive. Yeah. So as we do this now, the next stage will be for you to set the intention for, as you breathe, we're going to do 5, maybe 6 breaths, for you to breathe in through the bottoms of your feet. It's as though you have lungs in the bottom of your feet. Breathe in through the bottoms of your feet. Whatever would nourish and nurture most your feet and legs on that first breath. And then you'll allow yourself to exhale whatever you no longer need. On the second breath, allowing this flow to continue up into your pelvis and your low back and your belly. Exhaling what you no longer need. Third breath, you're going to come right on up into your chest, your heart and lungs, your shoulders, your upper back. And exhaling what you no longer need. Fourth breath, you're going to allow it to move right down your arms into your hands and fingers. And the fifth breath, allowing it to fill your throat, your face, and your whole cranium, and moving right out the crown of your head, showering down around you, bathing your skin and the energy field that runs through it and around us all the time. Okay? So it's a beautiful, simple, short, energizing way to fill your container. Okay, you've got your feet on the floor. You're connected with the earth, this wonderful resource. And on that first breath, setting the intention, the filter, if you will, for whatever would nourish and nurture you most, whatever sensations that would be, to fill your feet and legs. And these sensations, by the way, might have color or texture, vibration. Yes. First breath. All the way through your feet and legs. Second breath, your belly and pelvis and low back. Third breath, letting this flow move right up into your chest and your heart and your lungs, your upper back. Fourth breath, letting it move down your arms into your hands and fingers. And that fifth breath, moving right up into your throat and neck and cranium, right on out the crown of your head. Good. 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 And take a moment now. This is the moment where I'm going to ask you to bring to mind something in your life where there is smoke, where there is fog, where there's confusion, where there's something that is not working. It's life-taking. It's draining you in some way. Okay? And notice, and you may not even know what it is, you just may notice that you feel like you're living with a cloud of a smoke screen all the time. All the time. Okay? And take a moment. Now is the moment to drop into your gut. You may even want to place your hands on your gut. Front to back, side to side, allowing yourself to drop right on down into your gut. We've grounded and filled. Now take the time to drop into this wisdom area that offers you that moment-to-moment sense of clear and present danger or something that isn't dangerous. And as you drop into your gut, you can feel your backbone behind your gut. You can feel the sides under your rib cage. You can feel your belly, perhaps your belly button, all the way up to your diaphragm. And notice the sensations. Yeah. Good. And ask yourself, am I in danger right now? Is this smoke screen life-threatening? Meaning, do I need to get up and run now? Yeah. Or is this something that simply makes me uneasy and I can sit with it a little longer to discern what it is that's making me uneasy? And believe me, if you're in current life-threatening smoke, you have full permission to get up and run because you may need to. I'm going to assume, though, that most of us listening to this are not at this moment in clear and present danger. But something is draining. Something isn't right. And we know that by the uneasiness that you may be feeling in your gut right now. Yeah. And from your gut, we're now going to take a moment and drop deeper into your backbone behind your gut. So your lumbar spine, your lower thoracics, drop deep into your spine with your awareness, letting yourself notice what your spine feels like. And you may notice as you sit with this circumstance, the fog, the smoke screen, if you will. You sit quietly. That the smoke starts to clear. The dust settles. Good. Good. And as you sit deep in your inner temple, deep in your bone marrow, notice how the circumstance or the situation begins to clear. Sometimes it happens slowly. Sometimes it happens quickly, like a breeze blows through. You may find that you're getting imagery right now, flashing across a screen, about the circumstance that's confused you for so long. Sometimes when there's a smoke screen, you don't always want to see what it is that you're now seeing clearly. However, when you're resting in your bones and in your gut and you're grounded and as full as you can be, this is the most ideal place to be able to recognize and acknowledge to yourself what's happening. Truly, what's happening. It's also in our bones and our gut and all the other wisdom areas of the body that we can begin to see what's happening, where we're going, and what we actually need to do. And to have the strength, the creativity, and the clarity to take those steps. Good. Good. Continuing to feel connected to the earth. Feeling the bones of your legs, your spine, your pelvis, your arms and hands, your ribs, your cranium. Feeling the sturdy, steady presence and the clarity that this presence brings. Feel free to continue to stay here and to listen more closely and deeply to your inner wisdom areas about what direction, where you need to go, clearly what's happening. Stay as long as you need to. And when you emerge, take some kind of recording device and write it all down. Yeah. Good. And enjoy.